What's going on, my friends? Welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. Here we are with Aroden, and we're back in camp. We are probably going to do on the lines of just talking to companions this episode. I'm thinking because we have a lot of stuff going on here with companions, especially after, well, we did a main mission, we touched base a little bit, and then we did Shale's mission, which is a side mission. Obviously, it's a recruitment mission, but it's still something, and more dialogue will probably surface. As far as the character himself goes and the build, you know, I was doing thinking on this bow and arrow thing, and it might not be useful. I'm thinking like it might not be useful considering the only one I was trying to get was really this one, and this could stun everybody with friendly fire, and not even that. It seems like it could be a waste of stamina as well, because we are not really a rogue. I mean, you can make warrior archers, but we'll just keep the two-hander, and if I feel a little weak, we'll go back to the sword and shield and the two-hander. But you know, I took all the points out of there and I put them into here, so we'll see what happens when we just use the two-handed weapon and such. But I also went ahead and sold. We have at least 91 gold now, because I went ahead and sold some of the DLC stuff. Or whatever, yeah, DLC stuff, to Levy's brother. And I was sitting there like, man, it's gonna suck because I gotta sell him this stuff back and keep going in and out. But Levy's brother actually has a shit ton of the best armor in the game, pretty much, for this Grey Wardens of Aroden thing. So he has them all dragon bone, so I just went ahead and bought them. Screw it. You know, it took me out of a bit of money, because I had a good deal of money from just selling that stuff. But anyways, I'm not using it, so what's the point of letting it sit in our chest? Hell with it. Just sell it, I guess, right? But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk to some of the companions. Let's start off with Shale, huh? I also need to make a trip to Denerim as well at some point, because the next main mission we end up doing would be, like, I'm still up in the air about doing her mission, Liliana, or her DLC. I might do Liliana Song DLC again. I might do all the DLCs again. I'm definitely doing Awakening and Witch Hunt, but I'm still on the fence about the other ones. Because you see Liliana's DLC once, you've seen it all, you know? Not really much to this game itself. Oh, no, wait. Return to Ostagar, that's what I was going to do next, yeah? And that's before Redcliffe. So anyways, let's talk to companions and stop blabbing. So what's with the heavy sighs there, Shale?
Oh, that. Merely reflecting on the hopeless nature of the task in front of it. The most likely outcome is that it and its companions will become a stain on some rock for the Darkspawn to tread upon. I shall be moved to a single tear by the tragedy.
Well, I'm glad you care at least. One single tear is better than nothing.
It's true. One single tear, and then it's off to the north, I think. Or maybe west. I haven't decided. What's that? Did it hear flapping wings? There may be pigeons nearby. We should be alert.
We should be alert. Let's go kill him, huh? Make some pigeon stew or whatever it is. Pigeon soup? Why not? Let's keep talking to Shale, yeah? Probably got a bunch of shit going on here. You know, I would expect golems to be kind of different.
Different? Different than what? Different than a statue? Different than a log? Should I talk in a monotone? Yes, master, I exist to serve the master. I shall kill for the master and only for the master. Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks, if it likes.
Are there dirty limericks?
Mostly they involve slaughtering pigeons in creative and invasive manners. I have never met another golem. I have no idea what one might be like, or why I wouldn't be like them. Why? Has it met other golems? Did they not sound as I do?
I have never met another golem, but you just seem very animated.
I don't know what other golems might be like, but I am already superior by virtue of my free will. This is a good thing.
Hey, I mean, I agree. Being a golem could be pretty damn handy.
Imagine the benefits. No need to eat or sleep or perform other functions. Walk underwater, crush the heads of every opponent. The possibilities are limitless. Barring the occasional 30 years or so of paralysis, there's little to compare. Now stop talking so much. The wagging of its moist little tongue is distracting.
Well, Shale, I am not done with you yet, so let's keep on talking. So I have a little bit of questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
As a matter of fact, we don't have better things to do because I don't know where the hell I want to go next. I'm still contemplating here, Shale. This is what I wanted to get to. I wanted to get to her crystals so I can actually give her some stuff. You should probably, I want to say, ask her this first. And then give her the crystals because you lose out on this dialogue if you give her the crystals right away. Anyways. So, those crystals in your skin?
I like to think of them as accessories.
But what do they do?
I suspect that it is an art that was practiced when golems were more, commonplace. My former master collected whatever lore he could find on the subject. He searched far and wide to collect what crystals he could and then added them. It is not an unpleasant sensation.
So you would think it was a dwarven thing then, huh?
So I would assume. My former master enjoyed poking around the ruins in the deep roads after all, and bartering with others who did. As I understand it, the crystals allow me to alter the flow of magic around me. Wilhelm had hoped to turn me into a battery of mana, something he could tap at will.
But what about other things? Can they do that too?
Some of the crystals increase the presence of mana, some absorb or reflect spells. There are various kinds. All I can promise is that should it ever find one of these crystals, I can likely tell it the function and what it would do if added to me.
So would you be willing to have more added then?
Why not? I don't get to wear clothing and other adornments like the rest of you creatures after all. That answers its question, I assume? Unless it has more.
I have no more questions. We should ask them. Yeah, I guess we can ask them this later.
Better to save them for the next random stranger it decides to interrogate. Let us leave now.
Sure. Okay, Shale, go ahead and take some of these crystals. I didn't really know which ones to give her. Him, her, it, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, when we play this game, yes, Shale is a woman. By the way, so I'm just going to get it out there. So if you're wondering why I keep calling her she, yes, Shale was a woman. In fact. But I'm not going to tell you what race she was. She was transformed into a golem. What does this one do? So I figured to keep cold damage because cold damage in this game slows down enemies and that might help Aroden with tanking a little bit. And then nature resistance. Nature damage in this game is pretty shitty. So I figured to keep that. I don't know how to build Shale. I don't think I've ever built her for damage, so I'm probably going to try that this game. Unless I built her for damage our first Let's Play. I just don't remember. I don't know. Looks pretty damn cool, Shale.
Ah, I see it found some of the crystals that I told it about. Well done. So, what does it think? They don't make me look any wider, do they? I find I'm already too wide as it is.
Honestly, I don't think you're that big for a damn golem. You look like a damn normal person. You're barely bigger than us and we're an elf. You know, you look quite slimming with that.
It must be the vertical pattern it put them in. Did it know to do that? It must have. I think it should find some more as soon as possible. I want to glitter from ear to ear, so to speak.
Well, obviously you can tell by Shale's voice that it's a woman anyway, so... Alright. We're going to need... I want to start giving people gifts here as well. But for now, man, we really got to talk to old Bodon, huh? We ain't talked to Bodon in forever. Look what I can do, guys. Ready? Oh yeah, that's going to be fun. I can't wait to knock everybody the hell out with that. Anyways, Morrigan?
Yes?
What's up, girl? So life in the wilds must have been very lonely, huh?
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
Hey, by saying that sounds wonderful is not terribly out of RP here because Aroden's also a Dalish elf. Like, her saying stuff like this is really bringing the connection between them together because Aroden never met a human that's borderline Dalish like Morrigan here. She's so close to how Dalish customs are, it's eerie, man. But honestly, that's all we kind of know our whole life, in a sense, living in the woods. So that kind of sounds pretty wonderful, Morrigan.
For a time, but one can only remain a child for so long. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. 'Twas encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
So I imagine Flemeth was probably not pleased, huh?
She was not. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
What a freaking bitch, huh? You just wanted to look at your pretty self in the mirror. Flemeth was not having that, my friends, huh? I mean, you were just a child, though. You know no better.
And a foolish one. Flemeth was right to break me of my fascination. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
Oh, I dare say they probably made you stronger, didn't they?
They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
We got some minor stuff from Morrigan, which is cool, very cool. Let's go ahead and give some people some shit, huh? Let's go ahead and give people... Hey, Zevron, have a sugar cake, buddy.
How nice.
Hell yeah. We should probably get some thoughtful gifts, huh? Hey, Wynn, have a...
Most kind.
Damn sugar cake. Alistair. Sugar cake, bud.
Thank you. That's very nice.
Minor constitution for Alistair. I kind of want to talk to Morrigan once more.
I have a thought.
Yeah? Just the one?
Ah, such wit. Truly, you and Mother should form a troupe of jesters and tour the countryside. We have an opportunity that I believe we should take advantage of. To the point. My mother was once divested of a particular grimoire by a most annoying Templar hunter. It occurred long before I was born, but even today, Flemeth speaks of the loss with great rage. With the circle of magi in such disarray, it occurs to me that this might be the perfect time to recover the tome from their possession, for surely it eventually ended up in their hands.
I'm not going to give it to him yet because I'm going to expend her dialogue here. So what do you want with this grimoire exactly?
'Tis a book of spells, of the sort that Flemeth has dabbled with throughout her long life. 'Tis not the sort of thing that would benefit a mage of the standard variety. They were taught a different path. I, however, was taught by my mother. I know a way around the wards my mother would have placed on such a tome. I know the language that she would have written it in. I would find such a tome most useful.
Useful in what way, then?
Useful in the way that it might increase my power. Useful in the way that I would become more useful to you. Does that not follow?
I mean, it does follow, yeah. I'm still digging, though. Hold your horses before I, Never mind. Was gonna talk dirty, but never mind, friends. Let's keep our mind on the task at hand here. So how do I know it's not dangerous?
Dangerous? All knowledge is potentially dangerous. If you have some fear of me such that I should not be allowed such knowledge, then by all means deprive me of it. I have no ulterior motive for seeking it, however.
So what exactly is in this for me then, huh?
My eternal gratitude? At the very least, it shall enable me to help you more. If that is not enough, you can certainly dictate other rewards.
Hell yeah. You're telling me this now? Yeah, I mean, we were in the tower, so you're telling me this now?
It did not occur to me when we were still in the Mage Tower. I wish it had. Truly, Mother has assumed for a long time that the tome was lost forever. I only remembered it now after thinking what treasures might be found in the Circle of Magi's tower now in its condition.
Okay, very well. If I go back to the tower, I will look for it and give it to you.
Good. I am most interested to see its contents, should it be located. The grimoire is leather-bound and adorned with the symbol of a leafless tree, should you come across it. If not, however, then I shall simply put it out of my mind.
Alright, we will give that to her later. I'm not expending all of her dialogue right now. But what I am going to do...
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
Damn right, Bodon, what you doing, pal? Chillin'? How about you give me some damn thoughtful gifts so I can scum the dialogue here?
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected. And with your discount.
I don't see no goddamn discount, Bodon. Your damn wares look more expensive than ever. I was thinking about getting this because I can get it. But you see, the High Regard of House Dace is just better. Like, I feel. This will be better for tanking now. We have the money to get, but I might save the money. Save the money and get that ring in Orzammar. The life ring or something like that. And the one that gives you health regeneration. So that's probably what I'm going to do with this money. And now that we have this money, we could probably go ahead and do that smuggler's quest there too. But that's not for quite a while, my friends. Let's get rid of some of this bullshit. I pulled out the Warden Tower shield as well, yeah? Because I was looking at Levy's brother's shields and shit. The Warden Tower shield is way better. Speaking of which, let's hope we can get the Fade shield. Whatever it is, Fade Wall. That one's really freaking good too. Anyways, what did I want to get from him? I wanted to get... He still got the gold necklace. Damn, I should have bought this the first time I came, huh? Let's just buy it now. Thoughtful gifts. Yeah, this one gives us 10. Alright, Bodon. Thank you for the gifts, pal. Let's see. Let's give... Where's Shale at?
Why, thank you so much.
Liliana. Morrigan, I don't really need to give her any. I just want to get...
I'm to keep this, am I?
Hell yeah.
Fine.
Keep it. Put it over there and smash it into pieces. Sevron should be good. Wynn should be alright. Is everybody at minor?
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy... I'm sure...
Yeah, Bodon. Give me some more stuff. Give me some sugar cakes this time, pal. This is invigorating stuff, my friends. Alright, we should be fine. Let's talk to some people. Let's talk to Sten.
Yes. I am hardly surprised.
So, why did you come to Aroden?
To answer a question.
What was the answer?
Were you not at Ostagar when the army was overwhelmed? That is your answer.
So... why would the Kunari even care about the Blight?
Why do you?
Well, Aroden's really not his home, now that we know that, so I'm a Grey Warden, it's my job.
Exactly. You don't ask, nor do I. The Arashok sends me and I go.
Did you find an answer to your question then?
A portion of it.
So if you don't know, you can keep asking him this again. Watch. So what was the answer then?
Were you not at Ostagar when the army was overwhelmed? That is your answer.
Why would the Kunari care about the Blight?
Why do you?
So you can keep asking him, tell him you're a Grey Warden.
Exactly. You don't ask, nor do I. The Arashok sends me and I go.
And he just keeps getting unlimited approval for that shit. So, yeah. So do you have to report back then?
Yes.
When are you exactly going to do that?
Never. I cannot go home.
Well, why the hell not?
It doesn't matter now. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting.
I wanted to discuss something that you mentioned.
Speak then.
You said... oh, okay. You said something about mages earlier.
We have no mages such as you do. We have beasts in the shape of men who perform tricks.
Why don't you have mages?
We have mages, we simply don't have the sort you do.
So what sort do you have then?
Our mages are controlled to do less harm than yours. They have their tongues cut out and are kept in pens.
Well now. That's not exactly subtle, Stan. It's a little severe, huh? So why have magic at all if it's so evil? If it's so evil to you, Kunari, then? I mean...
We live in the world and magic is part of it. One might as well reject the sky. Parshera, are we going to fight the Darkspawn or chatter until they grow bored and leave?
True enough. Let's go.
As you wish.
Look at all this approval, friends! We are freaking busting moves here, pal. Alistair.
Something on your mind?
Damn right, pal.
Of course.
So, can you teach others to be a Templar?
Sure, I could. I could even teach you, I suppose. Anyone who's been trained as a warrior. I guess if I'm going to give up Chantry secrets, I may as well go all the way. Send whoever you want trained to me in camp, and I'll see what I can do.
Hell yeah, buddy. Screw him.
Something on your mind?
Damn right.
Of course.
If you were raised in a chantry, have you never? Yeah, buddy. Let's ask him that. If you were raised in a chantry, have you ever, you know.
Never what? Had a good pair of shoes?
You know what I mean, man.
I'm not sure I do. Have I never seen a basilisk? Ate jellied ham? Have I never licked a lamppost in winter?
See, now you're making fun of me.
Make fun of my comrade in arms? Perish the thought. Well, you tell me, have you ever licked a lamppost in winter?
Hell yeah, I licked the lamppost in winter. Funnest damn thing ever.
Just the once? And you didn't lose half of your tongue in the process? I'm impressed. I, myself, never had the pleasure. Not that I haven't thought about it, of course. But, you know.
So what do you mean you never had the opportunity to? I mean, a blind nug can see. Alistair's a damn good-looking guy, so obviously he can find something, anybody, I'm sure. He can probably get any person he wants, you know? It's so crazy because, like, if you look at all the men in this game, right? And I'm not scared to say another man looks good. If another man looks good, he looks good. I'm not scared to say that. But I'm just saying, like, Alistair is probably the best looking man in all of Dragon Age. Him and Dorian from the third game. But, like, he can definitely get whoever the hell he wants, huh? Even Shale, even a golem. Bam. She'll be on that. She'll jump right on that. Break his poor little back. All the rest of his parts, too, probably. Anyways. So you never had the opportunity?
Well, living in the Chantry it's not exactly a life for rambunctious boys. They raised me to be a gentleman. That's not so bad, is it?
I mean, it's not. If you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. And there's no pressure, man. Maybe you should wait till you find someone that you love, then. I mean, that's the way I see it, right? No, it's not really bad.
I've no urge to rush into anything. We may not even survive what is to come, after all. Enough. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's go.
Well, if we survive this, Alistair, go and find yourself a nice person and get it in, big guy. Let's talk to Zev.
Here I am.
Here you are. Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
What does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the Crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training, the sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is the desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
So it doesn't take any special skill to become a frickin' murderer, I guess?
I don't know about that. It's simply a slightly different skill set from your average killer, as I see it. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
I mean, hey, sounds like it could be useful. An assassin warrior. Could that happen? That'd be so cool, man. Like, I love this whole, allure of wanting to make different builds. Like, eventually, I'm going to tell you guys, eventually we're going to play Elder Scrolls, right? And the way Elder Scrolls goes, from what I can remember, is like you can kind of mold your character and make any type of build possible. And that's going to be so freaking cool, man. I can't wait to do something like that. But could you imagine being like somehow being an assassin warrior type? That'd be freaking cool, man. Or an assassin mage type. I don't know. Just thinking about it gets me all freaking giddy inside, friends, and I want to jump up and down and muddy bash something. I don't freaking know. Anyways, done babbling. Sounds like it could be damn useful there, Zevron.
See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the Crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we?
Alright, let's talk to Liliana now.
Yes?
What's up, girl? I like to talk.
Well, here I am.
So she just has nothing. I don't really want to hear the stories. So Liliana has no more dialogue. Let's go ahead and scum it a little bit more, huh? Did I not get the thing with Liliana? Oh, I guess I didn't. Here, have another gift.
Thank you so much.
Now we got it. So we want to get minor with everyone. Because I wish I knew if I had minor with everybody else. Like, how do we tell if we have that? So we don't have it with Zev. We don't have it with Wynn. I know we have it with Alistair. I don't know. It's hard to tell. We'll just know when we keep giving them more gifts, I guess.
I must say that traveling with you has opened my eyes to how wrong some are about the Dalish. You are not at all savage, and I've not seen you snatch away women and children without provocation.
I mean, when have we snatched women? Yeah. Well, I guess some Dalish are considered... I don't know in the stories. We never seen that type of shit happen. But I'm sure at some point, yeah, the Dalish probably did do that. Just stick around longer, maybe that would change. You know, my people are often misunderstood. We're used to it by now.
If my people were more open to interacting with yours, we could do away with such misperceptions.
I like your view on this, Liliana. I mean, hey, I guess there are closed-minded individuals on both sides.
I hear many city folk talk about how wonderful it must be to live simpler lives, close to the earth. They could learn from the Dalish.
We do live quite close to the earth.
How marvelous that must be. I have met very few elves, and those that I have met were pledged to the service of Orlesian nobles.
I mean, I could never live like that.
Elven servants are well compensated for their services. Some of them live richer lives than humans. A well-trained elven servant is highly valued in Orlais. They are nimble and dexterous, and many people find them pleasing to look at.
So I should offer myself to some Orlesian noble?
No, I did not mean it that way. Oh, my words were clumsily chosen. I did not mean to offend. I am sorry.
It seems like she's sincerely sorry, so I'm not gonna argue about this. There's already too much arguments about elves and dwarves and humans and the animosity between all, so whatever. Apology accepted, friend.
Thank you. You have given me a lot to think about.
Good. We'll go in the corner over there and think.
Something I can help with?
Let me ask you something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
So I want to get her Marjolaine stuff to trigger before I go to Denerim. Which one of these is the one that does it? You know, I heard in Orlais minstrels are often spies.
Where did you hear this?
I don't know, from a book, I guess. Someone told me a long time ago.
And you believe everything you hear? Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers. But some of them are what we call bards.
What's the difference?
Many use the two words minstrel and bard interchangeably, but to do so in Orlais would cause misunderstanding. Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are.
What sort of services does a bard even offer?
What do you think? They infiltrate, steal, sometimes assassinate. It depends on the bard. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the Empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite, and in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
You seem to know quite a bit about these bards.
And I shouldn't I, after having spent most of my adult life as one? You've guessed as much, I'm sure. But does it really matter what I was? What's past is past.
But why were you living a cloistered sister in rural Ferelden then?
I found myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry. And when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to see the Maker brought me here.
Sure. Her stuff didn't trigger, that's fine. We will get it at some point in time, because I'm not going to sit here and keep talking. We need to finish Wynn and then head out, because it has been like almost 40 minutes of me talking to people at camp, my friends. Hell yeah.
I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean to you?
Killing as much Darkspawn as possible, big girl. You know what I mean.
There's that, of course. But there's more to being a Grey Warden than killing Darkspawn and saving the world from the Blight. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others. About serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men.
So what, you mean to say I serve as a protector then?
As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men, and you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they.
Well, I guess I suppose that makes sense then, Wynn.
A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
I don't even want power, Wynn. I never wanted it.
If you live apart from others, and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide they will become, how will they affect the pond. But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome.
Damn right, Wynn. You're gonna wear it out real quick, pal, if you keep blabbling on about this crap. It's like, you can blabble on all you want, Wynn. I like hearing your motherly, I like hearing Wynn's motherly stuff that she's got going on here. It's nice to have a companion like Wynn, not just... I mean, she's, like, different. You know, we could use some of this stuff, because sometimes you want to sit back and... You know, sometimes as a character, if you're role-playing, the task at hand here is really fucking severe, man. You know? So sometimes you kind of want to sit back and you're second-guessing yourself if you're doing the right thing here and there, and you got Wynn over here that's freaking confining you. Like, she's helping you. In her own little way of nagging. You know, she doesn't really mean to nag, but she's just trying to build you back up when she sees you at camp. Kind of being down on yourself, because we're a new damn leader and we're leading a bunch of people, and the task at hand here is just so much. So, anyways, let's talk to Wynn again, huh?
Is there something you need?
Damn right, Wynn. What are you doing tonight? Care to come over to my tent? I'm just playing, friends. We have Morrigan, huh? Anyways. Why didn't you want to stay in the tower?
The circle is in good hands. Irving knows what to do, and he doesn't need me underfoot. For now, I will support those that battle the Darkspawn. I do feel I left things unfinished in Ostagar. There is so much left to do, and I would be part of it.
Well, you're about to go to Ostagar too, because we are definitely probably doing that pretty soon, friends. As in, yeah. We're doing it next episode, probably. Anyway, so... I'm honestly glad for your company, Wynn.
The Grey Wardens, all 2 of you, need all the help you can get. I will see this through to the bitter end, and after that, if I am still left standing, then I will return to the Circle.
I'm sure you'll be able to return if you so choose.
Perhaps.
Okay, Wynn. Well, it pretty much tackles everyone, friends. Let's go ahead and jump into the journal here. What's his companions? Morrigan has told you about an old tome that was taken from Flemeth a long time ago by a Templar. Morrigan believes it may still be in the Circle of Magi's Tower and wants you to look for it. She says it is bound in leather and decorated with symbols of a leafless tree. We will give that to her later because I still want to talk to her about other stuff. But in the meantime, let us go ahead and dive into the codexes here. So Pride Demons, this is where we left off. Some of the stuff is just straight up bullshit and we don't need to read it because it's so easy. It's so self-explanatory, but Pride Demons are pretty interesting stuff. Let me explain what it is to face a Pride Demon, my friends. You may scoff and say that our talents exist only to face mages, but you will encounter demons often. They will be summoned by a Maleficar and bound to do his bidding, while at times they will be forced into possession of a host. They also face you in a true form, a powerful opponent indeed, do not underestimate it. Pride is powerful and intelligent. When we have encountered one in its true form, its most common attacks are bolts of fire, ice. Fire they will use, burn the opponents, and magical flame will combust anything you wear regardless of make. Ice they will use to freeze an opponent in place. Be cautious, for they enjoy employing this against warriors in particular. More than one group of Templars has made the mistake of attempting to overwhelm a Pride Demon and suffer the consequences. Believe me. And if you think that having the aid of mages will assist you, you are wrong. Pride Demons can render themselves immune to magic for a short time and are adept at dispelling magic that is cast upon you. As much as we Templars are able to disrupt spells, I think on that for a moment, my friends. Be wary of how pride you become, lest you find too much in common with such a fiend. And a Revenant. An entire unit of men all slain by one creature. I didn't believe it at first, your perfection, but it appears that this is so. We have a survivor, and while at first I thought his rantings pure exaggeration, it appears to be no simple skeleton. The descriptions of the creature's abilities were eerily similar to those our brothers at Marnispel encountered almost a century ago. Men pulled through the air to skewer themselves on the creature's blade and attacked so quick that it was able to assault multiple opponents at once. No, your perfection, what we have here is indeed a Revenant and nothing less. So from Divine Amara III, 571 Exalted. A Revenant is a corpse possessed by a demon of pride or desire, making it among the most powerful possessed opponents that one can face. Many possible possessed spells, but most are armed and armored and prefer to use their martial talents. They are weak against physical attacks, but regenerate quickly and commonly use telekinesis to pull opponents into melee range should they try to flee. Revenants also have the ability to strike multiple opponents surrounding them, stay at range if possible, and strike quickly. That is the only way to take such a creature down. Okay, so we have Wisp here, and Wisp, like I'm thinking, because Wisps are gone, right? Could the Wisp be the little wraith things from Inquisition? Did they kind of revamp the Wisp into that race? You know, little green things that are little pesky bastards. Anyways, I think that's what it is, eh? Okay, a great deal is made of the most powerful demons, and those create abominations, and those that have changed the history of Thedas. It is also forgotten not all demons are such awe-inspired beings. Some that break through the cracks of the veil into our world are known as wisps, a sliver of a thought that once was. A wisp is a demon that has lost its power. Either it has existed in our world too long without finding a true host, or it has been destroyed often so were found by other demons. What remains of its mind clings tightly to one's concept that created it, a hatred of all things living. While its ability to target a living creature is limited, these wisps often mindlessly attack when encountered in the Fade. In the living world, they often have known to maliciously lure the living into dangerous areas, being mistaken for lanterns or other civilized light sources. This does, however, seem to be very limited of their cunning. Well, that takes care of the creatures. We got quite a lot more to read, my friends, but we will do that at other times. Anyways, when we come back, we're going to probably head to, we're going to head to return to Ostagar. And when we come back from Ostagar, we're going to go ahead and tackle more stuff here. So hopefully some of the juicy stuff starts triggering then with the romance. And then I would like Liliana's thing to trigger before we go to Denerim and Wynn's thingy. And then maybe Alistair's. Well, I think Alistair should be good now, so we're able to go to Redcliffe and have him tell us about his little story and such. But anyways, my friends, I'm out of here. Take it easy. Until next time, stay safe out there. See y'all then.